Hey everyone, John Oliver here. Tonight we're diving into the scintillating world of local government finance. Don't change the channel. I know, it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me, this stuff matters. We're talking about the money that pays for your roads, your schools, your trash pickup, basically all the things that keep your community running. First up, let's talk about fiscal capacity. Sounds fancy, right? It's just a jargony way of saying how well a local government can raise money. Think of it like this. A city with a booming economy and lots of businesses is going to have a much easier time paying for things than a rural town with a shrinking population. Then there's budgeting, which is exactly what it sounds like. Figuring out how much money you have and how you're going to spend it. Sounds simple, right? Well, it would be if it weren't for the fact that there are always more things to spend money on than there is money to spend. Potholes to fix, teachers to hire, parks to maintain. The list goes on and on. Of course, none of this matters if you can't actually collect the money you're owed. That's where revenue collection comes in. This is the part where local governments get to play the role of the taxman, collecting property taxes, sales taxes, and whatever other fees they can come up with. It's not glamorous, but hey, somebody's got to do it. Finally, we have intergovernmental fiscal transfers, IGFTs, which is a fancy way of saying money that local governments get from the national government. Think of it like a little financial assistance from your rich uncle, except in this case, your rich uncle is also the one who sets your allowance in the first place. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is all very informative, John, but how do we actually make sure this stuff is done right? Well, that's where financial management comes in. It's all about making sure that taxpayer money is being used efficiently and effectively. Because at the end of the day, we all want our local governments to be run like a well-oiled machine, or at least as well-oiled as a machine funded by property taxes can be. Okay, so we've covered the basics of local government finance. Now let's talk about something a little more modern: digitalization. No, I'm not talking about your grandma's Facebook page. I'm talking about using technology to make local government more efficient, transparent and accessible. Think about it. How much time have you wasted standing in line at City Hall waiting to fill out some archaic form? With digitalization, all of that can be done online from the comfort of your own home. Want to pay your property taxes? Click, click, done. Need to apply for a building permit? Upload, submit, boom. It's like magic, but with less David Copperfield and more spreadsheets. But it's not just about convenience. Digitalization can also help to make local government more transparent. By putting government data online, from budget documents to meeting minutes, citizens can actually see how their money is being spent and hold their elected officials accountable. And in this era of rampant misinformation, transparency is more important than ever. Of course, none of this is possible without a solid ICT and digitalization policy. This is basically a roadmap for how local governments are going to implement and use technology. It's like a tech-savvy version of the Ten Commandments, except instead of thou shalt not steal, it's more like thou shalt provide high-speed internet access to all citizens. So there you have it, digitalization. It's not just a buzzword, it's the future of local government. And if you're a local official who's still using a Rolodex, well, it might be time to brush up on your Google skills. All right, folks, buckle up because we're about to get into the weeds a bit. Remember that whole digitalization thing we were just talking about? Well, LADS is a big part of making that happen. LADS stands for Local Area Development System, and it's basically a software platform that helps local governments manage all sorts of things, from financial planning to service delivery. Think of it like the Swiss Army knife of local government software. It's got modules for everything from managing property taxes to tracking building permits to even scheduling dog park reservations. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. It's all about making life easier for both local government employees and the citizens they serve. But LADS is more than just software. It also involves getting the right hardware and connectivity in place, because let's face it, even the most sophisticated software is useless if your computer is from the Stone Age and your internet connection runs on carrier pigeons. Now, implementing LADs isn't always easy. It takes time, money, and a whole lot of training. But trust me, the benefits far outweigh the costs. With LADs, local governments can streamline their operations, improve efficiency, and free up valuable resources that can be used to better serve their communities. Plus, it's a lot more impressive than telling your constituents that you're still using an abacus to balance the budget. Let's be real for a second. When was the last time you got excited about a local government meeting? Yeah, me neither. But what if I told you that local government could actually be, dare I say it, interesting? No, I haven't lost my mind. I'm talking about ward development and the importance of empowering local communities. See, most of us only think about local government when we need something. A pothole fixed, a park cleaned up, you name it. But what if we took a more proactive approach? What if we actually got involved in shaping our communities from the ground up? That's where ward development comes in. It's all about breaking down government into smaller, more manageable chunks. Think of it like your city as a pizza. Delicious, right? And each ward is a slice. Each slice has its own unique flavor and needs, and ward development is about making sure that each slice gets the attention it deserves. But here's the thing. Ward development can't just be about government officials sitting in a room talking amongst themselves. They need to actually listen to the people they represent. And that means tapping into the knowledge and experience of traditional leaders. In many communities, traditional leaders still hold a great deal of sway. They're the ones who understand the local customs, the history, the challenges, and the opportunities. By involving them in the ward development process, local governments can build trust, get valuable insights, and ensure that development projects are actually in line with the needs of the community. Plus, let's be honest, wouldn't you rather attend a community meeting led by someone who understands your concerns than some out-of-touch bureaucrat who wouldn't know a pothole if it bit them in the, well, you get the idea.